Hello, everyone. Welcome to Misplayed Interaction. It's your host, Thomas, with my man, Carmen.
Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to have you back.
Indeed. So, as you guys might have just heard, today we're going to talk about bad actors in the community and
Yeah, bad actors, liars, kingmakers, right? Not everybody does. Everybody lies on purpose. Everybody, is a bad actor on purpose. Most of the time, people don't mean to kingmake. But kingmaking sucks.
kingmaking
Right?
does suck.
And
And also, I feel like it's part of the, like, as the pod, to try your best to help someone else realize that they are in a king-making situation.
absolutely.
Like, I
Or
know,
or how they're, or if they're steadily approaching like a king-making scenario, like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, like, hey, you're gonna wind up king-making this guy if you don't do it here, right?
yeah,
Or if you have a piece of interaction in your hand that stops this one player, but you're the only one with the interaction, and then player two is presenting win, right? There's arguments that you can make, like, hey, I have to give myself the best advantage. Like, we could go to a draw here, right? It's a very small line. It's a very thin line. It's a hard line to learn. But we're gonna do our best to try to talk about it today. Talk about these bad role players and these bad actors, these liars, and these king-making scenarios. If you do get caught in one, what should you do? What is a king-making scenario and everything like that. So, I think we'll start off first. You want to talk about lying, bad actors, king-making? What you want to do?
well, I think we'll talk about king-making first, because I've got a situation that you are very familiar with.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. Can I talk about it?
Yeah, you go ahead. Actually, I want to hear from your side.
Yes. So we're in this pod, right? It's a Krakashima player. I'm on Malcolm Vile, probably.
You were on Malcolm
Someone else is
Vile.
on.
There was a Sisse, and then I was
He was
on
on
Marnius.
And then, Marnius Calgar. Okay. So in Thomas's Marnius Calgar deck, it's all about just like, hey, let's create infinite mana, and then let's cast Marnius, and then activate Marnius a bunch of times to draw our deck and win. Right? Super simple, right? Karkashima has a Ristic Study on board. Okay. Thomas is in 4th seat. This is like turn 3. Okay. Thomas puts an Auriok Salvager on the battlefield. Okay, on the stack. Everybody passes it on. Then he plays a Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. And if you guys are familiar with the Auriok Lion's Eye Diamond combo, it's an infinite combo. LED, sack LED, make 3 white mana, activate Marnius, put it back in your hand, play LED, sack it, make 3 mana. And so on and so forth. Create infinite mana, and then infinite mana of all colors. Okay. There's a Ristic Study on the field. Okay. So he's going, he's churning, right? And I was like, hey, like, you need to stop here, right? Like, if you don't have it, like you gotta stop, because he did have Marnius on the field. So he's doing it. He'll do it like 12 times, and then I'll activate Marnius, and then do it like 12 times, and then activate Marnius. So every time this happens, this dude's drawing freaking 12 cards or whatever. So now he's got like 40 cards in his hand, or 80 cards in his hand. Eventually he's like, I'll just stop. And then Thomas puts an LED on the stack and force a negation. Okay. LED's gone forever. Now Krakashima has 80 cards in hand, and then just proceeds to win. Right? And we're like, dude, what? We're like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, well, last time I played this guy, he told me that he didn't have these exile effects. He didn't have a mind break trap or a force of negation. And I was like, yeah, bro, but like, Come on, like you can't you can't Oriok
uh,
into a Ristic study, right? Like we're gonna lose, right? And so sure enough, right, gets the Karkashima's turn, he wins.
yeah.
Kingmaking. Okay. Another kingmaking scenario can be, say you ever like I gave an example a little bit. I played a game the other day where I had a pact of negation in hand. Okay.
Yeah.
I had player, right? So player A, B, C, D. Okay. I'm player A. Player B is going for the win. Okay. I had enough mana to play for my pact. I was the only one with the interaction. And it's like, and the whole table's like, hey, if you don't play this here, like if you don't play your piece of the interaction here, then we lose. And the way that the board was, this is kind of late in the game. The way the board was, it was if player B doesn't win, player C is going to win, right? So I'm like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Do I play this pact? And I had exactly 5 mana, right? Like I'm time walking myself. I'm not doing anything to further advance my own game plan than hope for a top deck of the gods that gets me out of an untap, you know, whatever, right? So it's like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Do I play this pact here, right? What's the right scenario? Do I play this pact here and stop this win and hope that this player C fumbles and doesn't do their win? Like, I think they had like an Emil Dockside on the field that got stifled or something. So he had to win next turn. And it was just like, it's like one of those things, like, how do you go about that? But that's just a scenario, right? These are just different scenarios. There's a lot of different kingmaking. I know Thomas was in a game the other day where
Oh man, yeah. Let me talk about that.
Careful,
yeah.
careful on your names, buddy. No name dropping.
Yeah, we won't name drop.
It was a tough one. If you guys are in the Chaos Discord, you probably know about it. So
yeah. So I was playing a game with 3 people. 2 of them that I play with pretty common. The third guy, this was my first game and my last game I will ever play with this guy. So
it was the weekend event that Chaos didn't have a tournament going on, so they opened it up for free. They opened the league up for free play, and so we got a lot of people that generally don't play tournament style EDH all the time. Okay, so that's what this other player was.
Well, this dude, so we're going through. We're in like turn 3, turn 4. So there's a Atraxa, a Rogsai, my Malcolm, Tana, and then this guy was on Sisay. Was he on Sisay? It was either Sisay or Kennen. I don't remember. It's not that big of a deal. Just what he had on his board was the big deal. So we're in a board state to where Atraxa's got a Atraxa has a
Orcish.
It was Atraxa had an Orcish and a dude, I just blanked. Sack.
Yeah, Atraxa had the Orcish Bowmaster
and a Ranger Captain. God Almighty, I just spaced out. Yeah. So Atraxa had a Orcish Bowmaster, a Ranger Captain of Eos on field, right? The Rockside player, Adnazes. No, not Adnaz. He had Necro. So he Necroed down to like 6 life. He Necroed way down from like 39. So he got a bunch of cards. He played the Born. We had like 1 piece of interaction. So what we're at here is Rogside. We were at 45 minutes in the game. I will say that.
The Kennen player had a Ristic study.
Yeah. So the player in 4 seat had a Ristic study, right? So, the player who's currently like going for the win, he was dead on board. One, he had to play a bunch of rocks. He had like 2 mana open with him drawn into 30 cards. So he had to play stuff through the heuristic. He was dead on board to the heuristic study. This was 45 minutes left in the round. I say in the round. 45 minutes left in the game, in the league game, because they're an hour and a half. He stops, and we're all politicking, and he goes, "Hey, guys, I just want y'all to know that we're kind of in a king-making situation here. I'm going to go for it, or would y'all like to draw?" He was dead on board. Dead on board. Like, he said he was going to go for it. There was an OBM and a heuristic study. There was no way he should have lived, right? And I would like to preface this by saying, in no means am I salty or upset at the Rogside player. The Rogside player played his game. I'm 100% okay with that. He's well known for the way he plays, and he's a great pilot. That being said, when he offered the draw, the player in fourth seat said, "No, I will absolutely not draw. I would rather lose the game than draw." I had like 3 pieces of interaction in my hand, right? I had 3 pieces of interaction, and Atraxa had win in hand. So Atraxa was like, "Dude, there's 45 minutes left." No. And I was like, "Bro, I got win. I don't have win in hand, but I've got interaction to stop people from winning. So I'm gonna say no." And then it kind of prolonged a little longer than it should have because of I mean, I guess after 2 people said no, I guess he thought he was gonna change our mind. But anyways, he didn't. We eventually stopped, and he proceeded. And about 5 card draws in, we forgot that there was Bowmaster triggers on each card draw, right? So after we realized, oh, there's a card draw. No. I'm sorry. Let me go back. So he started going. He started doing his thing. The either Kennen or Sisse player, they drew about 5 or 6 cards. And I said, "Hey, guy, you're dead on board. Can we stop drawing him cards? Like, I understand you got to play your game, but can you stop drawing him cards?" And then, then we started kind of politicking, and I say we started politicking. It was just kind of like, I offered the draw. I told you I was going to go for it. And I was like, okay. And then the player in fourth seat spoke up and was like, "Can you two stop bitching? God, all y'all are doing is bitching back and forth." I was like, "Bro, what are you talking?" Me and because I was in third seat and the Rockside player was in second seat. We stopped immediately and we're like, "Yo, this is politicking. Like, what are you talking about?" It's part of the game. And then this player was like, "Hey," he called the player 2 out by name and said something really foul to him. Like, it was really out of context. I don't want to say it just because it was really obnoxious. So then I was like, "Yo, why would you say that? You don't have to be a cunt." And I said that. And then after that, so I will say I am probably the reason for this, but like, he shouldn't have said what he said. I felt like I was defending him because, I mean, I like playing with the player, the Rockside player. I enjoy playing with him, and I don't, I don't think anyone should talk to anyone else like he did, especially not like online.
Someone you don't like.
Yeah, someone you don't know.
Online, someone you don't know, right?
Like you don't know his situation. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about this person except for the fact that they play Magic.
Yeah, and we know that player pretty well because they are a big part of the community. We play with them all the time.
Yeah.
And for that person to say what they said, it was really off the wall. There was no place in the game for it. But yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah. So anyways, after that was said, The attraction
With
player
that being
was.
said, real quick. With that being said, Thomas should have also not said what he said.
I will die on this hill. Some people deserve to be called a cunt. If you're acting cunty, you should be called a cunt. I will die on that hill.
Saying that word.
Nope. Nope. I'll die on that hill, man. Yeah, I'll get canceled for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
See you next Tuesday.
anyways, so after that was said, the attraction player was like, "Oh my gosh, I have missed all of my Bowmaster triggers." Heard. Rogsai does like a ritual where he has to pay 1 life, so he goes down to 5 life. Plays 2 more spells. There's Rhystic draws. Gets him down to 2 life with OBM. After that, the Rogsai player played 13 spells, not paying for Rhystic. And he opted not to draw on a single one of them, just so we would lose the game. Now, there is an argument that he should have cracked the Ranger. But why leave him in the game when he could just lose? Like, he was playing spells, not paying for Rhystic he played 13. So like that was a big one for me. And once again, I play with the Atraxa player often. I play with the Rogsai player all the time. By no means am I faulting the Rogsai player for going for it. They said they were gonna do it. You got to stick to your guns sometimes. You gotta hold them up and be like, hey, we're doing it. And then if someone tries to call your bluff, you just got to do it. Especially after you necro down to 6.
Yeah, and that can be like, so that's a little bit of what we're talking about, right? That's like the whole kingmaking scenario. Like, hey, do I let this guy die? Do I let the Atraxa player kill the Rogside player so that he has a protected RCE win on his turn, right? We know he has food chain in him. He has a RCE. He cracked his RCE on upkeep. Now we're effed, right? Or do I let him kill it and then whatever? So damage if you do, damage if you don't, kingmaking scenario. Cool, got it. What we're concerned about with this video, or with this
situation,
is this bad role playing, this bad acting, this it's a social game. I play this game for fun. I do tournaments, right? I like to do tournaments. I like to win a little side money. But I play this game for fun, right? And I'm not gonna sit there and listen to someone talk this way. There's been players in the community that have talked a certain way, that have been banned from going to tournaments, right? There used to be I'm gonna say Mardu player, that wasn't always polite to everybody, and eventually found themselves banned from tournaments because of the way that they would talk to people, right? This is a social game. We should treat people with respect, right? I'm not going to get into the whole pronoun thing, but if people have pronouns, respect their pronouns. If people are just trying to play this game and you come out of the back left field with a haymaker, I mean, there's no place for.
And there's also like, people shouldn't be surprised at repercussions. Like when you say something out of the woods, off from, like you said, off in left field. When you say something off in left field, don't be like surprised if someone stands up or speaks up for somebody else. Like, because for the most part, the people who play in this community are pretty close, I would say. I have made some very, very good friends. I mean, you included. I have made some very good friends in the short time that I've been in this community. So like, the people in this community, for the most part, are great. The few people that we're talking about are, I would like to say, few and far between. There's not many of them, but there are some.
Yeah, very few. I mean, when you talk about people speaking ill of others, speaking derogatory to other people, or I mean, to go even farther on these bad actors, I mean, these cheaters, right?
Oh my god, dude. I don't even want to
Like
get in on
I
that. I
mean,
feel like
it's
every
like
tournament. Well, I will say
lately.
the last
I was
tournament
just getting
there
ready to say
wasn't
that. Yep.
because
Yep. We had no cheaters last tournament.
kudos to Chaos. They've implemented some very good new
Cut
rules
rules.
to their cut rules, to their mulligans, to really stop this
Top deck cheating.
the top deck cheating. They've introduced new webcam layouts, which have helped with the the under the desk sideboard cheats.
Yep. Yep.
uh,
The core build under the mat. Yeah.
yeah,
And so like when we like and good kudos to everybody else that has been, recording these games and putting these
yeah,
people on blast. Like, hey, like this guy just pulled the dockside out from his pocket, or this guy said he was reaching for his tokens and put 7 cards on top of his deck, or shuffle cheating, right? Like, there's people out there that do like close up magic, close up hand card tricks, right? And they know how to manipulate the top of the deck, right? And that's
yeah.
why a couple people, they weren't holding everyone accountable, right? It's like, oh, I'll just cut the way I want to, and then I'll put it on top and I'll draw my 7. Make them do a Brazilian cut and give them a number to take off the top and put on the bottom, right? Hold everybody else accountable.
They
That's how we
also
get rid of
made
these
it to
cheaters. That's how
where
we get rid of these bad players.
I was gonna say I really like the big thing that because I mean Chaos has kind of monopolized it now. There's like there's Arcane series, there's Path of the Peaks.
That's the peak.
There's so there's a couple of them still with the sad loss of Mox Masters, but I feel like Chaos is doing an all right job.
I agree, and it's like with the. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, so like they did what they did with their shuffling, like what you were talking about, where they did their Brazilians, and then whoever your shuffle partner is, gives you a number 1 through 21, and then that's how many you put on the bottom of your library. Also, the changing of cut buddy to shuffle partner. I know it's just like it's kind of like just a name thing, but it actually makes a big difference, especially in these tournaments, because I can't tell you how many times. When I was playing Pantheon the last Pantheon that was there, how many times I heard, "Hey, would you mind shuffling again for me? I wasn't watching."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I said it at least 3 times, and I think it was said to me like 2 or 3. So
because when you're shuffling and you're all trying to resolve mulligans at the same time, and you're looking at your cards and you're trying to determine, hey, do I keep this 7? Do I keep this 6? Do I keep this 5? Right, I'm not always paying attention to the guy across the screen, I guess. At how he's shuffling, right? So I'll just ask, like you said, I'll ask for a quick shuffle and a recut, and then I'll give him a card, a pile based off that. Yeah. And most people are cool with it because they want that same respect in return, right? So if they don't see you shuffle, right, they want that same respect in return. Like, yeah, dude, I don't mind reshuffling for you real quick. Reshuffle, give it a couple swipes, recut it, get your number, and get your pile and get your number. So the people that are in the community right now are very, very aware. They also hate cheaters, right? Because I remember in one of the chaos tournaments I got knocked out. I think I 0-3 dropped. Doesn't matter, but 2 of my games were against the 2 cheaters that got called, and I was like, "Yo, like."
Yeah, that always feels bad.
It hurts, man. It really does. Like, and I don't know. Like, I probably didn't have a great hand. I probably wasn't winning that game anyway. But to find out that I lost because this guy manipulated his deck.
Yeah, and that's one of the right? That was one of the big things for one of the big things stated for Mox Masters. I don't think really anybody really knows the full entail of the reason that Mox Masters. Oh, you think it was money?
Why does anyone go out of business? Right? They're not making enough money.
Well, I don't know, man. Because I didn't.
Not to throw shade. Not to throw shade. Right?
Yeah. But... No shade. No shade meant to be thrown. But I didn't realize that Chaos was a non-profit. For all of you who thought Chaos was in it just for the money because they're having all these tournaments, no, Chaos is in it because they love the game and because they want.
They do. Their winnings go to charity events. Their winnings go to the judges. Their winnings go, to
Also,
the
their
players,
winnings go
right?
into
That's
our
where all the money
pockets.
goes.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you
that's where all
guys
the money
heard,
goes.
but
They
Chaos
do top
just doubled the
32.
prize pool. They doubled the prize pool to 40% for winning. So if they,
Yeah.
in the last tournament that they hosted, if all 128 contestants would have showed up at the prize of what it was, they would have won $4,000.
And they would have gave payouts to top 32, right? Not just top 16, not just top 4. It would have paid out to the top 32 because they're giving that money back to the community. They're incentivizing you to come play. They do charity events. They pay their judges. When Mox Masters put that thing up, they're like, bad role players, cheaters, this, that. And then the last thing they put was profitability.
Yeah, lack of profitability.
Which, come on, man. Like, I get it. Like, we're all trying to make a buck out here, right? If you ain't grinding, you ain't trying, right? Like, I get it. I get it, right? Like,
here we are.
here I am. If I make money on this, sick. If I don't, sick. I get to talk about Magic. I don't care, right? But you know what I mean? Like, profitability isn't. If it's your full-time gig, if it's all you have, and then I understand that you're trying to make money on it. Like, not to keep bringing this guy up, but I know Comedian has a track record of 1 million top 16s. That is starting to use that. He left his job, moved states, and made this Magic coaching YouTube thing his full-time gig. So if that's what if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for coaching, by the way, dude's a wizard. Not to keep plugging him, but if that's your goal, right? If you can reasonably make money doing what you love, then by all means. I don't even know, like, whatever. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I mean? If you can make money doing this, then good on you. But to shut down they were maxing out. They were getting 128 players every Mox Masters. Yeah. Every month for like 2 years, right? You're telling me at $30 an entry, you're not making enough money?
Honestly, I think they could. If they would have just went up $5 per ticket, just on their thing, nobody would have said anything.
That's already over $3,000 that you're bringing in for. I mean, I get it. You pay your casters, you pay your judges, you give money back to yourself, and then you pay the winners. Right? You pay your top 16. I don't know, man. There's what it sounded like to me is they're not making enough money, right? They weren't making enough money, and we're not making this a let's bash Moxfield thing or Mox Masters, but we say all that to say, like, these bad role players, these bad actors, these cheaters, that's what caused a lot of these online tournaments to take the shift that they had. I mean, I think the last Chaos was 40 players or something like that.
Yeah, but that was we can't really use that because that was on Easter weekend.
The one before that was 40 as well.
I wanted to, but my wife would have literally shot me in the face.
Yeah, I would have died.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably would have just got stabbed.
Yeah, no. I'd have got shot.
No, she would have made it hurt.
Yeah, dude.
She would have let the life leave my eyes.
Oh no. No. Speaking of that.
Speaking of what? Liars?
Speaking of the wives. We want to tell you guys we got something fun coming. Probably not next video, but coming soon.
Maybe coming soon. Maybe in like a month or so.
We're gonna have the wives on, and it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna have if you guys want to send us in like questions, y'all want to ask it, like we're gonna ask them some fun questions. We're gonna ask them like feed the fish what they think.
What does it mean? Yeah. What does it mean to feed the fish, right?
So, we're gonna ask some silly questions. We're gonna try to have a fun time with it and get them.
We can do like we can do like a hot or not, like throw Oko's like shirtless body up there,
Yes, yes. Put
like
Urza up there.
would you is this a 1 or a 0, right? Like
Put an Urza up
um
there with his little mechanical hand. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
cool.
dude, like you want this, like I
Oh,
bet that comes off and you can whoop,
grab you with
you
your
know?
strong hand.
No, you can, I bet he can take it off and
Oh no.
add
Oh
add a
no.
different attachment, you know what I mean?
Oh god, dude.
Like what was that? Was that Gadget? Go Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, yeah. If you guys got some cool questions that you think would be fun to ask our wives, that'd be great. Go ahead, just throw those in the comments, man. We want to do like a fun episode that isn't so serious and stuff like that, but
Isn't so like blah.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah.
it's blah, but I feel like, you know,
You're saying we're blah. Yeah,
I
it's
don't want
cool.
us to be like just another two dudes that are doing a podcast on
Yeah,
Magic.
yeah, we're trying to have some fun with it. Like, obviously, it's gonna be Magic based. It's gonna be CDH based. We're a CDH podcast, right? So, it's gonna be fun. Also, if you guys like the shirt, Hot People Play Magic. I got go check out the last video. Scrap Babies stuff is in there. It'll be in this video. Just go click on Scrap Babies. They got the link to their bonfire. You can get this shirt. Shout out to Scrap Babies. But yeah, so that's kind of what we want to talk about. We want to keep it kind of short and sweet. Talk about, our bad role players, our king making scenarios, stuff like that. Do you want to talk about anything else? Do you want to talk about you want to go a little bit more into some liars or some stuff like that, or
I don't.
I don't either.
I have a thing, but
we have it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it, but that was our little spiel on king making and bad actors, and But we're also, if you guys are interested, we're also looking at doing a short series as to where we go over cEDH with, like, maybe if there's any EDH players that are watching that just want to learn cEDH, we're trying to get some people on to be able to like show and help people learn about like the stack and stuff like that for regular EDH players that would like to get into cEDH. So if you would like to get into cEDH,
the stack,
and would like to be able to learn it on on camera, that'd be this is your chance.
And
let us know.
and in shorter videos, right? So it's not like you have to sit here for an hour, 45 minutes and listen to us talk about so it's going to be like, we'll talk about the stacks and how the stacks resolve, and when to interact and when not to interact, when to use your pact, and
always
and
pack
the,
first.
and the, always pack first. Always pack first. If you have 2 counter spells, always pack first. As long as you can pay for pact. But even then, always pack first, because if they have a counter spell, you let them counter your pact, right? Always pack first. Let them pack your pact and then let it resolve, and then with the spell back on the stack, counter it again. That way they have to pay for their pact. But yeah, and then we'll go over like common combos, like your dual casters, your wither smogs, your underworld breach combos, your obviously Thessa's Oracle with the Mono Consultation Tank Pack. And also little like nuanced ones like your KCI combos, your Malcolm combos,
Bolus
Malcolm
Aetherflux combos,
Bolus and Aetherflux, World Gorger, right? There's so many combos out there that Emil Dockside, right? Combo-ish, right? Infinite mana is always great. Make sure if you want to make a deck with infinite mana, you have an outlet in your command zone so that you always have access to it, i.e. Sisay, Rocco, Thrasios, stuff like that. Marnius, right?
Marnius,
yes. Idiot. Just don't do it into a Heuristic Study without a protected like silence, and then do it, right?
Big sad.
Just saying.
Hey dude, it's a sad day, okay? It was a sad day. It was a learning curve for me. I'll never do it again. I promise you that.
I had such a powerhouse hand too. Like, I was just ready to pop off that next turn, dude.
You were so mad at me. You were so upset.
I was so mad, dude. I like he wanted to get on the call after, dude. I was like, I don't want to talk to this motherfucker right now.
I do not even want to fucking talk to you.
But yeah, man, that's kind of things that we got coming down the pipeline. We almost didn't do a video today just because our schedules are so chaotic right now. Um, but we want to make this a thing, right? We want to keep giving to the community. We want to keep getting feedback. So if you guys do want to see something, please, please, please. We're new
Let
to
us
this. We
know.
don't have all the ideas. Yeah, we don't have all the ideas, man. So please, please, please reach out to us. Let us know what you want to see. Um, we're not these guys that have a bank of fucking videos. You know what I mean? We do these videos on Wednesday to push them out on Friday, right? That's
Next
what we're
Friday,
doing.
the following Friday. Our editor's good, but
I
he's
was
not that good.
Yeah. Yeah, our editor has a family and a full-time job as well, right? So we're family guys, we're dads, we're full-time jobbing. But we're trying to do this to be more involved in the community, reach out to the community more, and just have fun with it, man. Honestly, that's my whole
The
goal, man.
biggest
Is
thing
I
is to
just
have fun. If you're not having fun, why
yeah,
are you doing it?
yep. I don't have the best tournament record, right? I really don't, but I do tournaments as much as I can to just have fun. Like if I gotta spend a day playing Magic, so what? Twist
Yeah,
my
it's
arm.
like, oh no. That's what my dad used to say.
Oh
Dude, a bad
no.
day of playing golf is still a day of playing golf.
Exactly. But you can 03 drop, you can 05 drop, right? You already paid for the ticket. You might as well stay there, play your games. Um, but yeah, reach out to your local LGS, man. See if they want to get into cEDH. Um, a lot of the community, man, they're kind of turned off with cEDH. They think it's just like, oh, win turn two and scoop, right?
It's
That's
not.
not how.
It's not.
Especially right now, like we are in a mid-range
Mid-range
meta, right?
meta.
We're in this grindy kind of. It's just we just play with the best cards, and everybody has the best cards in your deck. So it feels bad when your stuff gets countered, right?
Yeah.
But just have a counter for the counter, right? And have a counter for the
Yeah,
other
it's
guy's
super
counter.
simple. Play
You got to
blue.
go against. Yeah, you gotta go against three other players, and coming from EDH, right? Like it's all about land go pass, right?
Yeah.
And you do that until you throw your fucking big beater on the field, and it's who can get the biggest board the fastest. It's the same in cEDH. We just do it a couple turns earlier with some zero drop spells and some free spells that we can just turbo out faster. It's the same thing, man. It's the same game. It's the same people, right?
Yeah.
It's just what do you want to get out of it, right? If you guys want to come play a game with us, man, let us know. We'll make a spell table link. You can we'll throw our email down here in the description, and you guys can reach out to us via email till we get our Discord up and running.
Yeah, I'm slacking on.
But yeah, that's
sorry, guys.
it's all good. It's all good, man. We got emails. We're in the age of technology. Or comment. Let us know if you want to get a game, man, and we'll reach out to you guys, and we'll set up a time to, if you want to get into cEDH, we will do a video, and shit, we might even record it and throw it on the channel. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if you're looking to get into cEDH, this is how we teach someone to play cEDH. So, not to completely rail off the trails here, but
We did. But it's okay.
yeah, we 100% did. Yeah,
solid.
this video
It
did
was
not
solid.
go as planned, but it was good. It was
It
good.
was solid.
It was a community outreach video for lack of anything else, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys, obviously, as always, if you guys like what you're seeing, you enjoy watching us, please, please, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see in the future. Give us, let us keep doing this content. If we can get big, man, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get our names out there. And remember, don't feed the fish. Feed that algorithm down below.
Yes.
We'll see you guys.